Would love for you guys to introduce yourselves again and just kind of say where you guys are at and how long you've been in real estate investing.
My name's Mike Doherty. I'm a real estate investor in Connecticut. I partnered with Ryan probably about, I don't know, maybe about a year or so ago at this point ish.
2 years or so, yeah.
Yeah. And prior to partnering with Ryan, had a couple multifamily properties under my belt. I had experience with flips, some cash out refinance, value add renovation deals, some buy and holds, and then came together with Ryan, like I said, about a year or so ago, and we've really expanded our portfolio. So now we're up to about 25 units, and another 20, 21 to 28 under contract. Yeah, so hopefully hit that 50 mark here soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been just doing awesome. But yeah, so from Connecticut, lived in Texas for the last 4 years, moved back a year and a half ago. Started in 2012 with a duplex, same coincidentally on the same street as Mike, right down the street, and didn't do a darn thing for like a few years after that. I had a rental and it was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And then I bought a single family house, lived there, and I just had a rental, and it was like I didn't even think twice about it. I didn't even really realize what I had, and I don't know what like the light bulb moment was, but something clicked, and a few years ago I just kind of started to scale up, and I've got 28 units, and like Mike said, we've got like 30 or more under contract. I don't even know. I kind of lose count a little bit, but yeah. So we've been doing awesome, mostly thanks to DealMachine and a couple other strategies we've been employing. But yeah, it's been great.
I love that. And I want to plug in here that we have 2 other videos with these gents that I'll attach in the description below. So you guys can check those out about multifamily and the other success call we did with Ryan. But I saw your guys' post on Instagram and I want to hear all the things, but I feel like you have, how many deals have you closed in? Like, what are you guys averaging now per month?
Good question. It seems to be like at least 1 to 2 deals a month, whether they're flips or buy and holds or cash out refis. I mean, at this rate, we're cruising.
Yeah, this month will be 3, I think, three closed for purchase and 1 sale, right? And then next month it should be, I don't know, could be, yeah, at least 2 that I can think of, maybe 3.
Right.
So I would like to be at least 3 a month, whether that's buy and hold or flip. And that's like, I just said, like, I didn't do anything for a few years. Like to do 3 a month is a big deal for us.
That's huge. Like that is huge. Cause I know when we talked the first time, and that was a while ago, you were just like, doing just 1 a month. And now I just feel like you guys have been like picking up pace and getting so much going on. And you both still work your full-time jobs?
Yeah.
For now.
That sounded so like,
I'm telling you, my wheels are turning. Like,
yeah,
I think we average, I don't know, something like, 30,000 each per flip that we do or so, before taxes. So 25, 30. I mean, if I take what I make a year, divide that, and that'll tell me how many flips I need to do to replace my income. It's like, plus we have all the rentals. We have 28 or so units rentals. Some of those are flips, but either way, I've got some rental income. So if I factor that in, with the flips, it's like, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been ready.
I was going to say, you're not just glowing from the beautiful lighting, but like you definitely have like a very like energized being right now.
I'm pumped. Like I'm telling you, like I drive into work. It's a 25-minute drive, which is fine, but it's just like, I sit at a desk and it's just, I'm kind of over it. I've been doing it for the last 10 years. People I work with are awesome. Company's awesome. They treat me so well. I get paid well. It's just, it's not my passion. Like when Michael and I get together and we talk or meet or whatever, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I could sit here for the next like 3 hours and talk your ear off. It's my passion, and just so happens to be lucrative, right? So it's like, why not make the leap? So I'm planning early next year. That's kind of my goal. So.
I love that. And Mike, how are you feeling about yours? Where you're headed?
Yeah, I'm right there. I might be a little bit sooner than Ryan though. I just got an email today from my work actually. We're gonna do a poll of who wants to come back in the office, and I think it'll be mandatory come early fall. So I think that's when I'll pull the trigger. Put in the 2 weeks, 2 weeks prior to going back. Don't actually have to go back, and call it a day. But again, same story. I've been with the same company 6 years since I graduated from college. It's been great, pays well, good benefits, no complaints. Did everything everyone asked you to do. Got the corporate job, got the degree, blah blah blah, and just not for me. Couldn't sit, staring at the cubicle walls for the next 40 years doesn't sound appetizing. So, real estate's my passion, akin to Ryan, and yeah, it's like you said, it just happens to be, it can be lucrative, and we love to do it. So. Yeah, that's the game plan.
I'm so excited for you guys because I know when I asked that last time, you both did say you love your jobs, and so, but one of the things was the juggling of everything. I know you guys have really good handymen and everything for your rentals, so that's really great. I was just thinking of a question and now I forgot because I was like, oh, I want to ask about this. Oh, so are you guys, what is the percentage of, are you guys still just fully driving for dollars leads, or is there a percentage of your leads that are coming in?
Yeah, it's actually very little driving for dollars. And to be honest, I wish we did more. And I think when we're not working 9 to 5, we will do more. But no, it's been primarily just lists. Like we got the list builder upgrade from you guys, and that's been awesome. To be honest, we can't even really keep up with the leads. And I say that because we do things like a little bit different, I think. So instead of just adding hundreds or thousands of leads, not only do we, make a list, download a list, upload a list, we are categorizing. I think I talked a little bit about this last time. It's like we're giving these leads a grade. So yes, we could just download a list, click start campaign, and call it a day. But I kind of like what we're doing. We give it a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and grade 1 is the best. So like we go back and we can filter the grades, right? So all the grade 1s, for example, those are, in my opinion, our opinion, the best ones. That grade 1 is something like the owner has owned it for a long time, right? Maybe it's a family property. Maybe there's some deaths in the family, and now a son owns it out in California, and he doesn't care about it. That sort of thing. So I look for properties that have been owned a long time, purchased inexpensively, and they either live in state but out of town, or just out of state. It's like those 3 factors. That's like a trifecta. Like that's going to be a grade 1. So I can filter down that list, and I'll go and skip trace that. I'll skip trace all of them, and I'll upload it into a ringless voicemail program. And I'll also upload it into like a mass text program. And I know that's getting the mass text thing. I think they're coming down on that, and they can fine you, whatever. So I think we're primarily just going to be doing the ringless voicemail. So that's kind of why I like to categorize everything, because if you don't, it's kind of like, yes, the mailers are awesome. There's no doubt about it. But like, I like to go the extra step with the properties that really make sense to pursue. So.
I love that. And you said you have, remind me again, the categories. You said you have like 1 to 4. So you
1
said?
to 3.
1 to 3.
Grade 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. 3 is like, I don't know. I'll just add it and send them a mailer. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. 2 is like kind of middle of the road. It's like they probably don't live in town and they bought it for cheap, but maybe they haven't owned it a long time. So it's got like 2 of the 3.
Got it.
And then, grade 3 kind of, maybe they just live out of town, but they bought it recently and they kind of overpaid. So that's kind of how we've been doing things. Yeah.
So are you so you're doing the ringless voicemails and the texting, but maybe phasing that out. And then which ones are you choosing to do marketing to, or are you mail marketing at all?
With the postcards?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
So all of them. Yeah, no. Every grade gets a postcard. Primarily, first and foremost, they get a postcard, and then I take the best of our leads, which are the grade ones, and I filter that down, skip trace, download to Excel, get all the phone numbers, upload to ringless voicemail, and they get a voicemail, and it sort of accelerate the process. Really, it's like I really want to talk to these grade ones, right? Like, so I'm gonna hit them with a postcard, hit them with a ringless voicemail. I'm gonna wait a week, hit them with a text, that sort of thing.
How long do you guys wait between like the ringless voicemails? Like, do you wait like a month? What's your process with that?
Between ringless voicemail and postcard?
Yeah, like I know you said you hit them once, and then how long do you said you waited a week for the text message. Then when does that rotate again?
So yeah, it's about a month for ringless voicemail. Yeah, because the postcards, they go out, and I don't really track like the mail. So if I see a really sexy property, I'll do a ringless voicemail right then, and maybe look at the postcard in a day or so. And then yeah, I'll do another ringless voicemail campaign in like a month or something like that.
Dang, I love it. You just seem so happy, Ryan. I gotta say, like, there's just a spark. There's a spark in your voice or something.
I love this stuff. I do. And Michael and I, we just hired our first employee, I guess. I don't know. Like,
congrats.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ryan's
it's awesome.
brains. He's the brains behind the operation on the marketing side for sure, though.
Who did you hire? Why did you hire? Like, how did you know? Like, or what are they doing?
It's a contact of Michael's, actually.
Yeah. So on the real estate team I belong to, there's a one of my colleagues. He's newer to the industry and has a little bit more free time, and so he loves real estate, has a passion for it, wants to own property one day. Just as you start as a new agent in the industry, it just takes a little bit longer to close some property. So understandably, I offered him the opportunity to come see what Ryan and I are doing, pay him cash under the table to start, and then he can first and foremost see how he can maybe get listings for himself on properties that maybe we don't want to acquire, or the numbers don't work for us. And also it's just, he enjoys doing it as well. So it kind of takes some of the monotony out of the uploading on the list side of things. And he's happy. And so far, I think we're happy so far, and we'll see where it goes.
That's awesome. Congrats, you guys. That's a huge step.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been awesome because like today I haven't really been able to focus on like DealMachine and real estate kind of at all. I was off doing other things, and like Kyle was texting me like he's doing a list. So it's like my time our time really isn't wasted, right? Like, because we're leveraging his time. He's doing the list. He's approving the properties. I sent him sort of like a guideline on the grading system. He gets that. So he's been grading the properties, starting the campaigns. So like while we're doing this call, he's probably working the lists. It's great. So we're leveraging someone else's time.
Yeah.
That's so exciting, because that's just like one more step of you guys scaling this, so that way that you guys can have that freedom of not working a 9-to-5 and doing all that stuff. I would love to talk about one of the deals, because you're doing 2 to 3 a month. Is there like 1 or 2 deals that really stand out to you guys, maybe one a piece or something that really stand out to you guys that you feel like people could benefit or learn from, that was maybe just one that stuck out a little bit?
Yeah. We just got like a double whammy property. We sent 1 postcard, so 49 cents to 1 person. After 1 postcard, no voicemails, no text, no nothing. He called us almost right away, in a day or so after receiving it. And he had 1 property that he wanted to sell. It was a vacant 3-family. And we really like vacant because it's like you can go through them, and the end buyer can add whoever they want. You're not inheriting a terrible tenant. You don't have to worry about evicting, which is just a pain in the butt.
Allows for owner
nowadays. Yeah, exactly. And then come to find out, he's got another property walking distance away that he's like, I guess I'd sell that. And it was a 4-unit. So we're looking at 7 units right now, and
With a 5-car garage.
with a 5-car garage. Yeah, 4 unit with a 5-car garage, and it's going to be an absolute home run. Like it's, I remember when he called me, he's like, yeah, I got this 3 unit, and so we always kind of like to pry the price out of them. Like we want the owner, the seller, to give us a price first rather than throwing a number. And like he had a very thick accent, so it was very hard to understand him, but super nice guy. I thought he said 160 for the 3 unit, and I'm like, I don't know. So I met up with him and I was like, hey, Victor, like, what was the price again? Because if he said 260, it wouldn't be completely abnormal. Like that's what 3 units are trading for. This is a little bit small, but like in theory, like it could, sell for that potentially. And so I'm like, hey, did you say 160? Or he's like, yeah, 160. That'll do. And we're like, sign us up.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Is it in pretty good condition?
Yeah, I mean, I think we, between both properties, we'll probably throw maybe like, I don't know, 20,000 to 20-ish thousand dollars in renovations between both properties. So, we bought both of them together for $315, which is 45,000 a door. You put 20,000 into it. So, I mean, say you're all in at 50,000 a door, we'll sell them for 70 to 75,000 a door. No questions asked. So it's really, you could sell it as a package for a little bit cheaper, or you could separate them and try to really hit a home run on both of them. So there's a couple good different exit strategies you can employ here.
Dang, that is insane. I just love that you had to be like, this is what you wanted for it? Like, just really? Are you sure?
Hold back
like
the emotions.
yeah. Or just making sure. No, nothing. Poker face.
100%. That's exactly what I did. I'll never forget it. I was like, there's no way he said 160, and he did.
And what was his motivation? He just didn't. It was vacant, and he was tired of having it. He didn't want to upkeep it.
I think so. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. There's just some people that are like sort of cut out to be an owner, landlord, manager. I just don't think he was one of them, in my opinion. Like, we kind of witnessed, or I think I at least witnessed, some of the contractors he had on the job, because he was kind of like messing around fixing up the property before we even bought it. Contractors were just like a little sketchy. Like he just probably wasn't very good at doing due diligence on his contractors' tenants. I'm pretty sure he's been burned quite a few times. I think he was just over it. He was just time to move on. He got it from a great price though. Like if you look at the records, the property records, he got them for nothing. So he got a windfall. Like he's good. Like yes, he sold it to us cheap and he could have got more, but like I think he did just fine.
It was a win-win-win.
It was.
All across the board. I love that. And it was one postcard, 49 cents later, and you guys are going to profit so much off of that, which is amazing. And are you guys still just focused on your one market that you guys have been in, or are you branching out?
Yeah, branching out a little bit. Just surrounding towns, same county, all the same county, but been branching out.
That's awesome. Is there any other one more that maybe stands out in the last couple months?
Did we tell you already about the flip that we did on Glen Street? We just closed on it probably a month ago at this point. Maybe
I don't think you told me about that one.
So this was another postcard mailer. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan.
That is.
Yeah. And met the guy again, 3-family house. 1 unit was occupied. And the other 2 units were vacant. Same town as we've been doing everything else in. And we settled on 145,000 was the contract price for that one. And the second and third floor didn't really need that much work. So I think we spent, we resided the building. So we actually spent about $35,000 to $37,000 in renovations. Withholding costs, I think we were all in at between around 200,000, between 190, 200. And we sold it as is, a couple months later for 260. So before taxes, it was about a $50,000 profit. from again one postcard. It was, I mean, yeah, that was a home run. And so what we've been doing has been using, it'd be nice to go take that money and go buy yourself a nice car, but because at the end of the day, we're still buy and hold investors. So we've been flipping these properties and using the proceeds to put as down payments on larger apartment buildings is really what we've been doing.
That was what my next question is. How are you divvying up what you guys make to keep buy and holding? Because people, I know that's a big question of how are you going to keep doing that? And so you guys, that answered that perfectly.
Yeah.
How much, I know you're not going to know probably the exact amount, but how much with DealMachine, like with those postcards, do you think you've made?
Profit wise? I mean, we still have a bunch under contract now. So it's like it's a turning wheel.
Forever going.
Yeah. I don't know, Ryan, what did you say? Maybe.
So, Glen Street was 50.
Locust will probably be at least another. Locust
50.
and Arch will be 60 together, probably.
So that's over 100,000. We made. We're doing well on. We were buying. We held Corbin Ave, 5-unit. We're killing it on that one.
I was going to ask about that one. Is that the one above the liquor store?
Yeah.
Okay.
The seller financed one, yeah.
We love that. That is such a good. That's just like a good property. It's a good property all around. The tenants are good. It's a good area. The seller was like the nicest guy in the world. He's just an older gentleman that just like kept up his property. Like the kind of people that don't really make anymore. He's just like a salt of the earth kind of guy, and just it's a beautiful place. And like, knock on wood, like we rarely have any issues over there. Like we never hear a peep.
Hey.
Yeah.
I will never forget that one. Only because I've never heard of somebody buying the liquor store with and the places above it. And I just always, that stands out in my mind of like that call with that. So I'm so glad it's working out well, because I know you had already rented out quite a few of them. You had like maybe 1 or 2 that were open that you needed to.
Yeah, that's all taken care of. Yeah, we've done well. Like if you count equity from properties that we've held, that we've got from postcards, like definitely hundreds of thousands, I would say.
Couple 100K here and there,
it was a good investment.
So DealMachine has paid back itself maybe a couple times.
Yes, would recommend it to other people.
We've just like, I don't know, we just like kind of got like a little taste of success from the DealMachine stuff, and it's like, all right, like let's keep like feeding this machine, and it's just kind of grown. And like, it's so crazy because I think I was talking to Jim Hall. He's been awesome. Like he's the man. Yeah, he's been really good. Him and Joy. Joy's also awesome. But I remember Jim said like, yeah, I think like based on sort of our metrics, it seems like I think people were, or at least what he said was like maybe like 1,000 or so leads for like one good property or one closed property or something like that. I was like, we only have like 800-900, and like we've done.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have like actual postcards going out is under 1,000. Yeah, I want to say we're like at 900 and change now, which is.
I would love to break down how many you're doing then per, like how many deals per, like how many leads.
Yeah, I know. We should sort of break that down ourselves, maybe for the next call. Yeah.
I was going to say, once we do that, you guys, seriously, the case study would be bomb. But I really appreciate you guys getting on this call with me, and just let me know if you need anything. And my cell's on there. Text me if you need anything. But it was really great to see you guys again.
Yeah, you
too.
You.
Always a pleasure.
Have a great day, and happy closing tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.